Odds are you've never heard of this place, so you don't really know about its cool beaches, its crazy nightlife, its giant black mountains. This is Montenegro. Happy New Year, everybody. This is Mitchell from Mitchell Travels, and if you're watching this video, that means you made it past 2016. Is it safe now? It certainly is, and today we're kicking off the new year with a video on one of the most unexpectedly delightful places in all of Europe. In fact, you may not know this, but Montenegro ranks as one of the party spots in all of Europe during the summertime. But before we get into that, here's a quick history lesson. Once upon a time ago, there was Yugoslavia. A few wars and 5 countries later, you had Yugoslavia, just smaller. Yugoslavia then became Serbia and Montenegro. A few years later, Montenegro broke off from Serbia, and them bastards took the coastline. In fact, there's a very real possibility that Montenegro is broken off into 3 separate countries in the time that you've been watching this video. Now that you've gotten your lesson, it's time to talk about Montenegro. So how do you get there? It's not exactly easy, but since I was in Croatia, I took a bus from Dubrovnik all the way to Budva. Now, Budva is the epicenter of the Montenegrin Riviera. If you're looking to fly into Montenegro and Budva, you will fly into the Tivat International Airport. It actually resembles a hangar in the middle of buttfuck Texas than a true international airport. Though you could also fly into the nation's capital of Podgorica. And that airport actually looks like an upgraded hangar in the middle of buttfuck Texas. The bus system is cheap and reliable, and it will actually take you to Budva from any one of those places. Now, Budva actually has a surprisingly low amount of hotels. This is why I Airbnb. So if you're looking to be centrally located, stay by the Stari Grad, which means Old Town. But say you're a bougie high-class person, then the Hotel Avala Resorts is probably where you want to end up. So you're hungry and you want to eat. I should be laid back like this for the whole video. So most of the restaurants are going to be located inside the fort town, or the Stari Grad. So it's either going to be there or along the Slovenska Obala, which is basically a long pathway that runs parallel to the beach and the marinas. For fine dining, eat at the old fort town. And if you're feeling like cheap casual grub, then eat along the Slovenska Obala. Balkan food for the most part, Croatian, Montenegrin, Bosnian, Serbian, it's all very similar. A lot of grilled fish, a lot of grilled meat, and one item that shows up just about in any dish, the infamous ajvar. Kind of like a Balkan ketchup or relish that's made out of eggplant and red pepper. But if you really want to go out of your way and get something that's uniquely Serbian or Montenegrin for that matter, then get a dish called karadjorjeva. God, I really hope I said that right. It's kind of like a veal or pork that's rolled with like a cream cheese inside, a little bit of bacon, and then it's fried. Moving on. What's that? Okay. That's good. So I've just gotten word that Montenegro has not broken up into separate sovereign states during this video. All right, it's party time. In Montenegro and a lot of Southern Europe, you don't just party at night, you party in the day too. We're going to my favorite beach club, and that is Ploce Beach. It's about a 15-minute ferry ride from the Budva Marina over to Ploce Beach. Now, the great thing about Ploce is that it's actually inconveniently perched up on a few rocks, and somehow they managed to put in this awesome pool bar as well as different levels of tanning, beds, and bottle service. And it's one wild Eastern European and predominantly Serbian beach party. When the sun goes down, the beach party's over at Ploce, you head back to Budva on one of those ferries and you nap. But why nap, you say? Because you're gonna need that energy to go out at night. And I mean late at night, like midnight. That's when the real party starts. I'm gonna give you 2 options. You want a good club on the Slovenska Obala, you go to Trocadero. But say you're feeling wild. You want fuck shit up. Up on the mountains overlooking Budva, you have the legendary Top Hill Club. It is a monolithic structure of EDM and European partying. It's a little much, not gonna lie. But hey, it was voted Europe's top club once, so check it out. So here's a side trip and some useful tips when you're in Budva. About a 30-minute bus ride away is the absolutely stunning beach called Sveti Stefan. So Sveti Stefan's main attraction is an island that has a sole bridge that leads to it. Unfortunately, the whole island is a giant hotel, but you can make reservations for the restaurant inside, and if you're lucky enough to actually stay inside the hotel. Nonetheless, Sveti Stefan's beach is beautiful and picturesque. Just a little expensive. All right, so a couple things to keep in mind in Montenegro. The beaches are really pebbly, so don't be expecting any kind of smooth sand. And last but certainly not least, due to the fact that it is a relatively new sort of hotspot, it hasn't been touched much by most of Western culture. And by Western culture, I mean cultures outside of Eastern Europe. Due to that, not a lot of people speak English, so keep that in mind, as it is primarily a Russian, Balkan, and sometimes you get the random Swede or Scandinavian hotspot on the Adriatic coast. So there you have it. You can tell your friends that you know about Montenegro, and try telling a few people that it's not Yugoslavia anymore. Of course, it goes without saying, but if you like what you've seen in this video, then please subscribe right below and hit that big fat like button. And you can also follow my travels on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Until the next time, guys. What's that? Still one country. Okay. Do widzenia. I think that's how you say it.